Hello guys, Steven Dux here. Welcome to this YouTube videos, and this video is going to be a little bit different because I'm planning to do like a huge recap by the end of this year. I'm going to show you how I made close to 700,000, and if you wanna minus the borrow fees and commissions, probably 650,000 in terms of net profit. And I'm going to share some of the patterns that I use that can be applied into the next week or by the end of this year. So we have a lot of tickers to talk about, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So here is my account statement. I have live the login to TradeZero site. I believe many of you guys pretty much use TradeZero as well. Personally, I use TradeZero, SpeedTrader, Guardian. Those are my 3 priority brokerage that I personally use. If you wanna look for other options, there's Sure Traders, there is Centerpoint. You can use it for shorting as well. Cobra, very good for overnight holding. But TradeZero is one of the main brokers that I use, and here is my account statement. So if you look at the TradeZero client portal, if I go to the account summary, which will be 2020 October, 2020 October, you click search, and you'll be getting, this is the entire month. Page will be in all. If you go to the bottom, gross profit will be 690,000. Here is the net profit. Scroll down. For October is 672,000, and that doesn't include borrows. I would say borrows around anywhere between 30,000 to 40,000. So in terms of net profit, by the end of the month, it will be 650,000. So for specifically this month, I will do a huge recap by the end of this year, but I will use the same method, and we'll be looking at the tickers that we can apply the same method into the next week. So that's for the account statements, and let's get into the ticker that can be potentially give us tons of gains before 2021. Let's look at overall 4 tickers that I picked that has tons of potential by the end of this week. All of those 4 tickers, which I talked about, some of them partially, they're all multi-day breakouts. And multi-day breakouts, if you haven't checked out the previous video, make sure to check them out. I have listed specific criteria for how to really spot multi-day breakout, how to really look for the perfect criteria and the perfect condition for you to get that perfect long position in. Once you already know the criteria, and let's look at the extensions and how are you be able to short into this type of place. Let's look at CPAT first. We have extension starting from 4, so you extended all the way to 11, which barely hit the minimum extension for multi-day breakout. What we know about multi-day breakout is it needs to extend minimum 300% for you to be able to short. That qualifies a shorting opportunity. In this case, CPAT is considered as a shorting opportunity, which I didn't really size into because the extension is barely the minimum. And let's look at the intraday chart as well. In terms of 15 days chart, you can see this weird breakout in the afternoon, and it did this massive gap down and spiked back into the major resistance. But normally, in terms of shorting into normal market conditions, that shorting into afternoon's breakout does have really low odds. So make sure don't do that. And this one just straight dropped in the next day. So that wasn't a very perfect first red day short. That's why I avoided. That's for CPAT. Let's look at other tickers. Solo is still uptrending, and this one will be a good first red day short or a multi-day runner short. As I said, a minimum extension from the breakout has to be over 300%. So when you're looking at the breakout level, which will be around 6, minimum extension from 6 has to be 300% above 6. So 6 times 3 will be 18, and the solo is currently around $10. So we still have tons of potential to go. But that will be on watch. But solo, when you are looking at in terms of market cap, it will take a while to get to 18 because as the market cap keeps increasing, it's going to be harder and harder for it to go even higher because, as I said, for a bigger market cap to go 100%, 200%, is going to be much more difficult compared to what we're been trading normally if the stock is around $3 and the market cap is under 100 million. So in terms of entire chart conditions, SOTO does have potential for shorting opportunity, but definitely not for long anymore. Let's look at SUNW and NETE. Now NETE, especially when you are looking either shorting into resistance or buying into the breakouts, throughout the entire 4 years, you have a tons of failed spike. You will have from 25, 35 to 5. Then you have failed spike right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have total 9 failed spikes in the course of 4 years. And that normally indicates that the chart has a difficult time to go up and hold its own gain. So when you are looking for a multi-day breakout, the chart itself has to show you that the chart can hold its own gain in terms of rounding in a few days. NETE, as you can see, that the chart normally fail on the second green day or third green day. So NETE, in terms of charting history, is not very ideal. SUNW, this one, if you look at a very long-term chart, normally you want to look at in the course of 3 to 4 years, you have a massive resistance around October, and it's slowly grinding into the resistance. If you haven't checked out the slow grind videos, I have mentioned about slow grind normally are extremely difficult to short into, and also they are the only condition that stock can potentially break through heavy resistance. So SUNW is showing that it's slow grinding, which emits the one and only condition can break through massive resistance, which SUNW is currently doing. So in terms of breakout advantage that you can take in the future, of course, into the next week, you are looking for a main consolidation breakout. You're not normally looking for the day high breakout. So what do I mean by that? Let's take a look into intraday charts. So major consolidation for SUNW is landed right around 5.4. So you can see there's a mass consolidations around 5.4, then mass consolidations around 4. Stock is currently around 545. It's hitting the resistance and didn't really show you there's a clear breakout yet. So in the future, the key area you want to look for is to break through that 5.45 area to show you that the stock has its potential to break through the massive resistance. So for SUNW, I think it does have the highest odds out of those 4 tickers for potential long. And once it gets very extended off that major support, then it turns into a potential short. As I said, minimum extensions at least 300%. So that will be all of the analysis for next week. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I will definitely answer your questions. Happy Thanksgiving. I will see you guys in the next video.